Hello everyone, it is me. I am back with another video, and today, I don't know how interesting this is going to be, but I thought it might be fun to do it anyway. I'm taking you on a tour of my Dungeons and Dragons journal, even though there's not really much in it so far, but still, it's cute, I like it, and it might give you some ideas for your Dungeons and Dragons journal if you have one. Also, quick disclaimer, I am very new to Dungeons and Dragons, so please don't judge me if something is like glaringly wrong in here. So this is a Kiki K branded journal. I covered over the branding because it was just giving me weird vibes. I don't know why. I looked this thing up and they cost like $80 brand new, which I think is ridiculous. I was lucky enough that I found this one at an op shop for $2. Didn't have any of the inserts or anything, but I didn't need them, so I was fine. I like it because it has like binder clips so you can rearrange the pages, which I think is really handy for Dungeons and Dragons because I get confused very easily. So if you want something similar for yourself, just look up binder planner or like wallet planner and you can find something similar for a lot cheaper. So now that that's all out of the way, let's get into it. It's not the most practical layout, but I love it. So this right here is my character's inventory. I went all out and I made like 3D little things that you can take out because I'm actually unhinged. My character has a battle axe and a little mace. I call this the Swiss cheese mace. Over here, I have a little healing potion that just slots in here quite nicely. We have some rope, always comes in handy. This is a necklace that I made, which I didn't make it specifically for this, but I tried it on and I didn't like the way it looked, so I put it in here. And then down here, I have all of my gold and silver pieces, and yes, I did count them all out individually and make sure that I have exactly the amount that my character has, because apparently I have nothing but time on my hands. And that just gets paper clipped in here so that I can see it. Then up here, I have this little charm thing that I made. And this isn't just like a cute shiny thing, although my character absolutely adores cute shiny things. This is actually to track my death saves. Honestly, still don't 100% know what that means, but when I use one up, I can just unclip it and put it to the side. And I thought that that was really smart. I am very clearly using my artistic abilities to overcompensate because I don't know how to play the game. Speaking of my character, here he is. His name is Matic. He is a half orc. He is a barbarian. He is an outlander. He is 7 foot tall and he is chaotic good. And I love him so much. He's my big purple boy. He is the literal definition of a himbo and I love him. So over here I have like his general information, his personality traits, ideals, bonds and flaws. And then on this side, the paper in the background is like sticker backing, so I can peel this off if I need to, because I very quickly realized after writing all this out that there's certain numbers that change as you play the game. So instead of like redoing these every single time a number changes, I just peel them off and then I can write the new number, stick it back on, stick that bad boy over the top, and bam, beautiful. So I kind of just used like the regular Dungeons and Dragons character sheet and split it up into like sections that make sense to me, because I feel like this is the stuff that you use most often when you're playing. I don't know. Still figuring out what layout works best, but this one, so far so good. We have all of his statistics up here. He is a strong boy. Not a very smart boy, but a strong boy. And then his saving throws and his skills. Then on this side, we have the rest of the information. His hit points, hit dice. Still don't know what that means, to tell you the truth, but every time I play, my friends tell me like what dice to roll and they help me do the maths because I'm freaking pathetic, but as long as we're having fun, I'm sure it's fine. Then we have his weapons. This is also to track death saves if I get confused by this. We've got his equipment and his money down the bottom. And then because I was getting so confused by the dice, I decided to like write down what they're used for, which I feel like I fully understand each and every one of them until we're actually playing the game, and then I just get confused. Oh, while I'm here, I want to show you my dice because my friends, they were so sweet and they gave me like 3 sets of dice and they are gorgeous and they match my character and I want to cry. I'm gonna go get them. These are the dice and they were so sweet. They specifically chose these dice for me because they match Maddox's color scheme, and I think that is the sweetest thing on the planet, and I freaking love them. They are so shiny and gorgeous, and I just want to delicious. And when I'm not using them, they just live in this little jar so that I can look at them. Then in this envelope, I had to blue tack it down because the sticker wouldn't hold it. I've just got a bunch of like offcuts and scrap paper so that I can use it down the track. Stick that bad boy back down. Then here is where I started to track the actual campaign that we're working on. We haven't played in a couple of weeks because my car broke down, so I haven't actually been able to go back and play more, but hopefully in the next few weeks that'll change. So we have a little introduction about how Maddox joined the group. I'm pretty sure the one that we're doing is Call of the Netherdeep. My friends were already partway through it when Maddox joined, so it was kind of a bit scuffed the way he met them, but this is it if you want to read it. And by the time Maddox joined, they were on the road to the Emerald Loop, so I decided to start it there and do a little artwork as a title page. It was also really fun like burning the edges of this paper and like putting tea stains on it to make it look really like adventure-y. This was like the first day that I played, so I just did like a little summary of what we got up to. We were on the way to Emerald Loop Caravan Stop. We encountered some Moorbounders, which we called Moonbounders the entire time because honestly it sounds cooler. We managed to take them down. That was great. And then we got cursed by a blood moon, and that sucked because the next thing we encountered was a carrion crawler, and Maddox was really upset because we were traveling in like a cart and we had all these eggs and we had the Moorbounder carcass, and Maddox was like, yes, this is going to be an excellent meal. I am so excited. But then the carrion crawler came and we tried to outrun it, so the group just like threw all that off the back of the cart. And Maddox was really upset because that carrion crawler made them drop his dinner, so he flew into a rage. He nearly beheaded the carrion crawler. In the end, they all band together and they took it down as a team, and Maddox cooked the carrion crawler and ate it. His friends decided to pass on that because it would have literally poisoned them. But Maddox has the stomach of a dog, so he can eat literally anything. And then this was from the second day that we were playing, about a week or 2 later. And this is when they finally make it to the Emerald Loop, and Maddox gets to meet the rivals, which I didn't even know that we had rivals because I missed like the first half of the campaign. So they fought some Will-O-Wisps on the way there, which was a freaking mess. Like, I don't know if Will-O-Wisps are hard to fight, but we had a really difficult time trying to defeat these things. It was a mess. I remember Maddox was just sobbing the entire time, and I don't even remember why. I think it was because they found a dead orc, and Maddox is half orc, so he got upset. And then he saw the Will-O-Wisps, and because he likes shiny things, and these shiny things were trying to kill them, he got even more upset. He flew into a rage. He managed to bat one of the Will-O-Wisps into oblivion with his battle axe. And then he shot a stream of tears from his eyes, like SpongeBob, in the direction of a Will-O-Wisp, taking it out. And then there was one more left, so the rest of the group managed to take that one out. Then by the final day of the journey, everyone was calm again. Everything was fine, and they managed to make it to the Emerald Loop Caravan Stop. They went and had a look at the shop, and Maddox bought himself a little crocheted grandma blanket, and they caught up with the rivals. So Maddox, I think I forgot to mention, he's covered in blood because of the carrion crawler. When they beheaded it, he was standing underneath it, so he just got completely covered in blood and stayed like that for the next like 6 days of the journey. So when he meets the rivals, that's what he's looking like. And when he meets Maggie, he falls in love. I'm pretty sure she's actually meant to be an ogre, but we were calling her an orc the entire time, so in our game, she's an orc, and they fell in love, and I'm obsessed. So Matic is just bamboozled by this gorgeous orc lady who is like 2 feet taller than him, and she points him in the direction of somewhere where he can get cleaned up. So he goes to the river, he gets himself all squeaky clean, and in their group is a little kid named Oakley, and Oakley takes on the role of wingman, people. He orchestrates this entire thing. He pushes Matic to go and ask Maggie for a dance, and it was magical. It was absolutely magical. Oakley starts playing some music. Their magical friend Elias joined in on the violin, and at some point someone cast dancing lights, and the scene was beautiful. They floated up into the air, surrounded by all these like sparkles and glitter. It was so romantic. It was so unexpected. Matic was just this bumbling fool who couldn't get a word out, and then all of a sudden he is dancing with this gorgeous orc lady. They're having the most romantic time, and it's all thanks to Wingman Oakley, the literal child. And that was like the end of our little Dungeons and Dragons session for the day. So it was like a good way to end it, and everyone is on good terms with the rivals. So win-win. This is a drawing that I did in my sketchbook, and then I like edited it a little bit and printed it out. So this is the original, and we've also got some sketches of Maggie. I just wanted to make her look a little bit more like an orc because that's what we were calling her the whole time. And then I just put in a little map of the Emerald Loop caravan stop just to finish that little section, and that's it, I'm pretty sure. I've got this envelope in the back, which is where I put all of the notes that I take during sessions. I just like scribble them down over here. Then when I'm feeling creative, I will turn it into like more of a story over here, and then just shove them in there for if I ever need to refer back to them. So that is my Dungeons and Dragons journal so far. I am so happy with how it looks. I feel like I'm a lot better at the journal part of it than the actual like playing Dungeons and Dragons part of it, but it's a lot of fun, and it's been a really interesting way of developing a character, because if you've watched my channel before, you know that I make hundreds of characters and I plan out their life story from start to finish, and it's very much controlled by me. But in Dungeons and Dragons, I get to come up with the way the character looks, I roll the dice for their statistics, but then you kind of learn about their personality and stuff like that as the story pans out, like when they're thrown into different situations. So yeah, definitely an interesting way of building a character, unlike how I usually do it. It's been a lot of fun. And I love my boy Matic so much. And I just love how like even though he's 7 feet tall, he looks tiny here because Maggie is freaking 9 foot tall. So that is that. Definitely let me know if you enjoyed this video, because I know I've literally never talked about Dungeons and Dragons on my channel before, so it's a little bit out of the blue. But I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. This book has been a lot of fun to put together, and I cannot wait for my car to be fixed so that I can go down and play some more. So with that, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!